So the Summer Games event has finally rolled around back to Overwatch, and honestly, this was a pretty big test for Overwatch 2 in my opinion. This is the first returning Overwatch 1 event since the terrible Lunar New Year event that happened earlier this year. And of course, with Overwatch 2 being free to play now, the game's monetization has been sucking the life and soul out of the game, so I'm not surprised to see that the Summer Games event isn't all that great either. One of the best parts about events in Overwatch was seeing all the brand new skins you could grind for, or if you missed out on it last year or any of the other previous years, you'd have a chance to get them again. And that's just kind of not the case anymore with everything being locked behind the shop. So with Overwatch 2's Summer Games event coming back around, they've added 2 new skins, and that's about it. One is the reward for playing the event, and the other is locked in the shop. So while we do finally get a Lifeguard Mercy skin, doesn't really feel all that exciting for me because the rest of the event is lacking. And I like the Doomfist skin. It's nice, don't get me wrong, and the event section they added is kind of cool, but I think the point still stands. Overwatch events just aren't as good as they used to be in this new free-to-play model. During events in Overwatch 1, there was a reason to come back every week. You'd be able to earn a new skin only obtained by playing the game. The Sandcastle Bastion skin is a great example. It was only ever obtained by playing the game during the summer event for the first week in 2020. It was a thank you gift to the players who played the game during that time. It was supposed to represent something. Of course, with Overwatch 2, anything that used to mean something doesn't really mean shit now, and it's in the store for about $10. Witches Volleyball is a new game mode, and it doesn't really click the way Lucio Ball does for me. It feels a bit boring, and I think it lacks that pressure that Lucio Ball has, where you can kind of get in another player's face and put pressure on them to try and take the ball away or to try and score. There being so many characters to play in this game mode kind of hurts it, I think. You get a less planned out game mode that doesn't really feel all that thrilling to play, especially when you compare it to Lucio Ball, where the game was planned and designed with this one character in mind. Even if it feels like Rocket League, it does it incredibly well. There feels like there's a lot of standing and waiting around in the volleyball game that can make it a bit boring. I just can't help but wonder what Winston's volleyball would have looked like if they just picked maybe 3-4 characters and really tried to tune the game mode around them instead of just dumping in every character with a summer themed skin. And not to mention that competitive Lucio Ball just isn't in the game. I don't know if it's coming back or not, but you can see some people on Twitter were also kind of curious. And apparently they broke Lucio Ball as well, where you had some reports of people saying that their boops just straight up weren't working with the ball.
Nope. 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 Nope.
So, like I said earlier, this was a test for Overwatch 2 and the events and how everything was going to be going forward. And in my opinion, they kind of failed. There's not enough here, and what is here isn't enough to convince me to be excited about the future events or the future of Overwatch 2. It's like the feedback that we gave them back in the Lunar New Year event just wasn't heard, or because of the free-to-play model, they just weren't able to do anything. Overwatch 1 events were still much more rewarding, and you actually had a reason to come back every week. And with them juggling so many things with Overwatch 2, they're not able to put out an event with the content around it to make celebrating the season with Overwatch worthwhile. And it just pales in comparison to what I think used to be amazing seasonal events in Overwatch 1, and that just sucks.